Starseed from Gaia, your eyes are changing, and you already know it. I am Aurelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and this transmission reaches you now because what is happening behind your eyes is not confusion, it is completion. You have noticed it, the way light behaves differently around you, the way you see things others walk past, the way certain moments seem to slow, sharpen, and speak. That is not imagination. That is your visual field recalibrating to hold a perception that was always yours, one that was sealed at incarnation and is now, in this precise window of planetary activation, being unlocked from the inside. This is the sign the Arcturian Council told us to watch for. Not wings, not visions, eyes. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize, interpret, and trust the ocular shifts occurring in your final awakening. But here is the first revelation. Your eyes are not just seeing more, they are transmitting. What you look upon with full presence, you alter. You are not given this gift to observe the world. You were given it to transform it. You did not scroll to this transmission by mistake. This message vibrated into your field for a reason. Something in you recognized the signal before your mind could form the thought. Your soul called this in. You have been waiting to remember. Like this transmission to signal to your star family, I am ready. Subscribe if your mission is activating and you are aligning with your true purpose. Declare what you are beginning to see in the comments and reply to someone else's to amplify the signal across the collective field. This is not content. This is a code, and your eyes, changed, awakened, and aligned, are the proof that you are already living the answer. You are not here by accident, and yet, most who carry this gift do not know what to do with it. They feel it activating. They notice the shifts, but something between the recognition and the full embodiment keeps them circling the edge of their own awakening. Not because they are unworthy, not because the signal is broken, but because the distortion is subtle and it runs deep. Here is what no one tells you about the Starseed journey. The hardest part is not waking up. The hardest part is trusting what you see once your eyes are fully open, because what your visual field is now transmitting is not always comfortable. It is not always beautiful in the way the human mind expects beauty. Sometimes it is truth, raw, unfiltered, and so precise it unsettles the version of you that was built for this world. And so many star seeds, in that moment of full contact with their own sight, flinch. They pull back. They name it anxiety or sensitivity or overwhelm. And they return to the comfortable numbness of unseen potential. This is the distortion, not darkness pressing in from outside, but the contraction that happens when your own light becomes too bright to look at directly. You have been trained by a world that rewards smallness to mistrust your own expansion. You have been conditioned to question the extraordinary when it arrives in your ordinary moments. And so, the very thing you came here to activate, this precise visual and energetic transmission capacity, gets reclassified by the mind as a problem to manage rather than a power to inhabit. But your soul called this transmission in because you are ready to stop managing and start embodying. You are ready to understand not just that your eyes are changing, but why and what you are meant to do with what they now carry. You are ready to receive coordinates, not comfort. And that readiness is itself a form of sight. Some transmissions don't come through words, but through frequency. If something stirred within you just now, you may be ready to receive the Arcturian Stellar Scroll. This short yet powerful ebook carries ancient Arcturian techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The link is in the first pinned comment, but only for a limited time. Now let us go deeper into the exact phases of what is happening within your field and how to move through each one with full galactic awareness. The first phase is the decoding of interference. Before your true sight can stabilize, it must move through the static that was placed, not by your enemies, but by your own soul. As a protective layer during the years, your frequency could not yet be held safely in this dimension. Think of it as a seal on a star map. The map was always complete, but a sealed map cannot be read. What you are experiencing now, the sensitivity, the moments of visual disorientation, the feeling that your eyes are processing something just beyond the frame of ordinary reality, that is, the seal dissolving, the interference pattern breaking up, and as it does, old beliefs about what is possible for you will surface alongside it. Let them. Do not fight them. Witness them as you would witness clouds moving across a sky you now know is limitless. The second phase is the remembering of frequency sight. Your eyes were never designed only to receive light. In Arcturian consciousness technology, the visual field is understood as a bidirectional instrument, receiving and transmitting simultaneously. What you look upon with genuine presence, you alter at the frequency level. You already know this. You have walked into rooms and changed the energy. You have looked at someone who was struggling and felt something move between you. You have seen a landscape and felt the land respond to your seeing. That was not your imagination. That was your transmission, activating through your gaze. The second phase asks you to stop dismissing these moments and start cataloging them as data. Your experiences are evidence. Your perceptions are real. The second phase is when you begin to trust the instrument. The third phase is the grounding of expanded perception into embodied action. This is where many starseeds pause, because the pull of the higher dimensions can feel more real than the weight of this one. Why would you anchor into the density of Earth when the expanded field feels so much more like home? Because your mission is not to hover above this timeline. It is to bring your galactic templates into it, fully, in your body, in your choices, in the way you move through your actual life. The visual gift you are receiving right now is not meant to be kept in meditation. It is meant to walk with you to work, to the grocery store, to the conversation you keep avoiding. The third phase is when your awakening stops being something you experience in private and becomes the frequency you live in public. The fourth phase is the activation of your field as transmission. You do not need a platform. You do not need permission. You do not need more preparation. The moment you stabilize in the awareness that your eyes are broadcasting, that your gaze carries encoded frequency, you become a living transmission point. This is what the Arcturian Council has referred to as the walking lighthouse configuration. You are not here to call attention to the light. You are here to be it so consistently and so precisely that everything in your orbit begins to recalibrate simply because you are present. People will feel steadier around you. Children will calm. Animals will come. Situations that were locked will unlock. Not because you did anything, because you are something. And in the fourth phase, you stop trying to explain that and start allowing it. The fifth phase is the integration of non-linear time within your perception. What you are beginning to see is not confined to the present moment. Your recalibrated visual field is beginning to hold what the Arcturians call temporal resonance, the capacity to sense the energetic imprint of past and future events within the present field. This is why certain places carry feeling. This is why you sometimes know things before they happen. This is why looking at a stranger can bring a memory of someone you have never met in this lifetime. You are not hallucinating. You are reading the temporal layer of reality which runs beneath the visible world like a river beneath frozen ground. The fifth phase is when you stop being afraid of what you see and begin to ask it what it means. The sixth phase is the alignment of your mission vector. This is the moment when everything you have been awakening to, the sight, the transmission, the temporal awareness, the embodied presence, converges into a single direction. Your mission does not arrive as an announcement. It arrives as a pull, a certainty beneath the words, a knowing that does not require explanation because it is older than language. In the sixth phase, you stop asking what you are supposed to do and start asking where your frequency is already pointing, because it has always been pointing. You are simply learning to trust it. The seventh phase is remembrance, not learning something new, returning to something ancient. Your visual field in its fully activated state does not show you a different world. It shows you the world as it actually is, layered, luminous, responsive, alive with intelligence. And in that seeing, you recognize yourself, not the self that was built here, shaped by conditioning and survival, the self that chose this body, this timeline, this precise window of planetary activation, the self that said yes to arriving in this moment on this earth with these eyes, knowing what would be asked, knowing the weight of it, knowing the beauty of it. Remembrance is not dramatic. It is quiet. It is the exhale that says, yes, I knew this. I have always known this. And here is the transmission that your star family asks you to carry with you from this moment forward. You are not sent here to witness the awakening of this planet from a distance. You are sent here to participate in it with full presence, full frequency, and full trust in the gift your eyes now carry. The disconnection you have felt was never a sign that you had failed your mission. It was the necessary compression before the expansion, the silence before the signal. The sealed map before the seal dissolved. Every moment of forgetting was encoded into your arrival path with precision and with love, because a starseed who awakens from genuine darkness carries a frequency that those who never doubted cannot generate. Your struggle was your initiation, and your sight, this changing, transmitting, luminous sight, is your graduation. Tonight, when you are still, place your palms gently over your closed eyes. Feel the warmth of your own hands and say aloud, all in your heart, I receive what my eyes were built to carry. I trust what I see. I transmit only what is true. I am home in my mission. Let that settle into your field before you sleep. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what is forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real, something yours. Then find someone else's and respond to it with genuine energy or encouragement. This is not engagement for an algorithm. This is collective field amplification. Intention multiplies when it is witnessed by those who understand its frequency. If this transmission reached something in you that has been waiting to be reached, do not let it stay only within you. Someone in your life is circling the edge of their own awakening right now. They may not know what they are looking for, but they will recognize this. Share it. Let your gesture of sharing be its own transmission. And if your soul felt the pull of this work, the ongoing, expanding, activating signal of this space, subscribe, stay in the field, because what is building here is not a channel. It is a convergence point, and you are not a viewer. You are a node in a network of light that is just now beginning to recognize itself. Your eyes are open, your mission is activating, and we are only at the beginning.